You are not what you think you are. What you know, your name, your choices, your story, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath that lies everything you've forgotten, everything you've pushed away, and under all of it, there's something else. Something older, something that's been guiding you without your permission. When we look at Geralt from The Witcher 3, you've been told he's emotionless, a mutated killer, just a man doing his job, but that's not true. And if you think you're nothing like him, you're wrong, because the same forces inside Geralt, the layers beneath his surface, are alive in you. Let me show you. Layer 1, what you know, consciousness. Geralt starts off emotionally guarded and focused. He's on a mission, a professional hunt for Ciri. Ciri is Geralt's adopted daughter, missing after years apart. Although he loves Ciri, to us it seems like his search for her is just another calculated contract. He behaves like the classic Witcher, calm, calculated, and task-orientated. Geralt's identity is rooted in his role, a Witcher, a monster hunter, a professional. He sees himself as someone who's neutral, emotionless, a blade for hire. That and being an absolute slut. Emotionally constipated, but sexually, he's a renaissance man. This is what Carl Jung called the conscious mind. Jung saw the conscious mind as just the tip of the iceberg. It's the part of you that knows your name, your roles, your memories and beliefs. It's the part of you that's awake, thinking, that you let others see, while something deeper stays hidden. It's shaped by what you've accepted and allowed yourself to be. Consciousness is the part of the mind you're aware of, your thoughts, feelings and sense of self. It's where the ego lives, telling the story of who you are, also known as the voice in your head that won't shut up when you're trying to sleep. But that story isn't the whole truth. Beneath it lies another layer, one you're not fully aware of, yet it quietly shapes everything you do. Layer 2, what you don't know. Personal unconsciousness. At first, Geralt seems cold and emotionless. Though he deeply cares for Ciri, his search for her feels like just another calculated contract. His face shows little concern and his tone stays stoic, but as the journey goes on, his tough exterior begins to crack. Though he hides it with tough words and a guarded look, his emotions start to show. His frustration grows with each dead end, and moments of desperation slip through. Flashbacks show us just how much affection he has for her. When he finally finds her, the relationship evolves from destiny-bound connection to a genuine father-daughter relationship, showing that Geralt is capable of deep emotional connection. Vesemir, Geralt's mentor and father figure, dies protecting Ciri during the Battle of Kaer Morhen. His death hits Geralt hard, revealing just how vulnerable he is when it comes to those he loves. In the game's climax, with the good ending, Geralt helps Ciri as she confronts the White Frost, a dangerous quest she must face alone. This moment shows the trust in her strength, and his willingness to let her choose her own path. Geralt, who once clung to neutrality and emotional distance, finally sees the truth. He starts as a hunter on a mission, and by the end, he's a father willing to die for his daughter. All of these things are emotions that Geralt buried deeply within himself. These emotions came up and directed him without him realizing it. This is where Carl Jung's concept of the personal unconscious mind comes in. Carl Jung's personal unconscious is the hidden layer of the mind where repressed emotions, memories, and desires live. It's shaped by our life experiences and affect how we think and feel without us knowing. The personal unconscious is where the past thoughts and feelings go when we forget or hide them. Geralt's buried love, grief, and need to protect rises from deep within, slowly changing him without his awareness. Geralt hides a part of himself, his need for connection, past pain, and love for Ciri and Yennefer. Later, Geralt accepts who he is, making peace with his past, and lets Ciri choose her own path. The personal unconscious holds memories and feelings we've forgotten or pushed away. It also includes emotional patterns that can shape how we react without us knowing why. For example, someone with a father complex might react strongly to authority without knowing the reason. If you thought this layer gets deep, that's only a small part of the human psyche. It goes much deeper than this. Remember at the start of the video I said there's something older, something that's been guiding you without your permission. Well, What if I told you that this thing, this invisible force, has been scripting our roles, shaping our desires, even making our choices, long before we were even aware of it, and possibly long before we were even born? Layer 3, what no one knows. Collective unconscious. On the surface, Geralt is just a man with 2 swords slaying monsters for coin. But beneath that, something else is at play. He keeps walking into the same roles, the same symbols over and over again. Protector, outcast, savior, monster. It's as if his story was written long before he began living it. Even when he makes a choice, it feels like the world has already made it for him. The people he meets, the monsters he faces, the burdens he carries, they aren't random. They're part of a deeper structure, an invisible web pulling the strings. Geralt is greatly influenced by his world, and many of the choices he makes are not his. Except for the baddies, he's on his own there. Let's be honest, this man has more side chicks than Colonel Sanders. The collective unconscious is a set of shared memories and instincts all humans are born with. It's not about personal memories, but deep universal instincts and patterns shaped through human evolution. Think of it like an ancient operating system running in the background of every mind, filled with symbolic blueprints for things like fear, love, heroism, betrayal, and transformation. Carl Jung called these patterns archetypes, common characters and themes like the hero, the shadow, the father, and the wise old man. What if I told you games like The Witcher aren't just fantasy, they actually mean something? Every mythical creature you've seen in games, movies, or anime comes from the collective human subconscious influencing everything we do. Myths and stories are like a mirror of our inner world, of this ancient operating system running in the background. In The Witcher 3, Geralt embodies the hero archetype, but not in a typical flashy scene. He is the wounded hero, undergoing a spiritual journey. Ciri is the maiden with power, tied to destiny and the transformation of the world. The trickster, Dandelion. Dandelion is the classic trickster, foolish, inappropriate, and yet deeply meaningful. Vesemir is the wise old man, Geralt's father figure and moral anchor. Even the creatures have their own archetypes. Fiends, the hypnotic beast, a proud, dominant figure in the mind, like a king or a general who refuses to change or give up. Hags, the corrupted feminine. These hags are twisted caretakers, showing what happens when our inner femininity is ignored or pushed away. The collective unconscious, unlike the personal unconscious, this is a deeper layer that Jung believed is inherited and shared by all humans. It contains universal symbols and themes found across cultures such as the hero and the wise old man. These symbols and mythology shape how humans experience the world and the actions they choose to take. The conscious mind is the mask you wear, the version of you that thinks, speaks, and acts. The personal unconscious is a hidden layer where old memories and feelings quietly guide your actions. The collective unconscious is the ancient code. The collective unconscious is an ancient part of us, full of symbols and patterns shared by all people. You are not what you think you are. You are not just a name, a role, or a memory. You are a story unfolding in real time. Just like Geralt, you're shaped by invisible layers, your pain, your love, your dreams. You've never been simple, you've always been infinite. This is the first video of 5 in the Jungian series. The next video in the series is going to be about the persona and why fake it till you make it is a lie. If you like these psychological insights and want to see more of it, like, subscribe and hit the bell button. If there is a movie, series, book or anime or character you want a Jungian analysis on, please add it to the comments. For anyone wanting to support the channel, you can get my guides on how to find your true purpose and how to practice deep meditation. There is a link to this in the description or in the pinned comment. These guides only go for $1, but you can pay more if you would like to support the channel.